Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, March 7, 2024. Jamaica has received its highest ever credit rating from the Fitch Ratings Agency since it started rating the country's debt 18 years ago. Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel is highlighting that achievement as the International Ratings Agency announced on March 5 that it had upgraded Jamaica's long-term foreign currency issuer default rating, IDR, to BB-, with the outlook remaining positive. Minister Clark says it's yet another testament to the effectiveness of the government's economic policy-making framework. He adds that the focus now must be to leverage these improvements to benefit all Jamaicans. Fitch, through its press release, highlighted the government's commitment to delivering large primary surpluses, which has supported a significant reduction in Jamaica's debt burden. The positive outlook reflects the expectation of continued improvement in debt metrics and further deepening of the policy framework over the medium term. Fitch's rating action is the third upgrade for Jamaica in the current 2023-2024 fiscal year, which ends March 31. It follows positive actions by Standard & Poor's Global Ratings on September 13 last year and Moody's Ratings on October 18, 2023. The government is still on track to complete and launch Phase 1 of the National Identification System, NIDS, in the new fiscal year, which begins April 1. This phase will involve the enrollment process and issuance of the national identification cards. The details are outlined in the estimates of expenditure that's now before the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament. It's one of the targets highlighted in the capital budget for the Office of the Prime Minister. The work is being done under the implementation of the National Identification System for Economic Growth project. With an allocation of $1.34 billion, this will continue the NIDS communication strategy, as well as the modification and upgrading of 11 post offices to serve as enrollment sites. In the new fiscal year, digitization of the Registrar General's Department, RGD's civil records, will be done, and the department's e-wallet and digital birth certificate are to be launched. The OPM also projects that it will complete the framework for implementing RGD's transition to the National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA. Achievements under the project at the end of December 2023 include the enactment of the NIRA Act and completion of the regulations. Also, a pilot enrollment exercise for NIDS was conducted and upgrading of the eGov data center done. The Ministry of National Security is to complete construction on the forensic pathology autopsy suite within the upcoming financial year. Under the line item in the 2024-2025 estimates of expenditure, $50 million has been set aside in the capital budget to facilitate the closeout of the project and to observe the defects period. It is being built at a cost of $547 million, and at the end of December last year, 85% of the construction was completed. The completed facility is expected to increase the forensic capacity of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and reduce the backlog of criminal cases and others in the courts. During a previous tour of the autopsy suite, Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang said the government was investing in forensic science with the understanding that science was the next frontier of law enforcement to ensure swift and sure justice.
This government has made a commitment, I said, to equip the security forces to deal with the demands of the crime today. It encompasses using science and providing the scientific tools. And the autopsy suite will represent the last activity in a phase to create one of the finest institutes of forensic science and legal medicine in the Western Hemisphere.
The project has been extended to February 2025. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Aubin Hill, says government is taking decisive action to identify new markets for Jamaica's world-famous Blue Mountain coffee.
We're looking for new markets in Europe, the Middle East, and of course the United States is a big market for us. China seems to be coming in, but Japan is our main market.
He says his ministry is committed to ensuring that farmers have the best market access for their products.
We at the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce want to make sure that they get the investments they need and the markets they require to convert their coffee into income for themselves and their family.
The industry minister was among those in attendance at last weekend's Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Festival. Now in its 7th staging, the festival was held at the Newcastle Parade Grounds. And finally, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says there are plans to expand the Blue Mountain Coffee Festival. During this weekend's staging, the minister said the time had come for more heavy private sector participation in planning the event.
We've been talking about expanding to different locations across Jamaica. And the Ministry of Tourism, through the Tourism Enhancement Fund, has been pretty integral to building out the strength and capacity of the festival to expand and grow. And we think it is at the point where a more heavy private sector intrusion is necessary to give it more legs, more body, and to take it beyond the Newcastle location.
Meanwhile, Executive Director of the Tourism Enhancement Fund, Dr. Kerry Wallace, says there is a lot of tourism value to our gastronomy offerings and not just the traditional pull of sun, sea, and sand. He asserts that the festival serves as a catalyst to build out Jamaica's coffee industry in a way that will see visitors coming just for that experience, further helping the sector to flourish.
In Italy alone, there are 19 million people that travel for wine tours in Italy. We get 4 million people to Jamaica total for all experiences. Can you imagine if we build up a mountain coffee experience, a mountain coffee tour that they're stopping on the trail, so buying food, buying drinks, buying coffee, buying beverages, transportation, accommodation. There's so much of an ecosystem that has to be built out if we are to develop that kind of tourism, and that's the potential we have here.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.